So first and foremost, what is the eligibility notice? The eligibility notice is the official marketplace document confirming a few different things. Household eligibility, that means who is eligible for coverage. Financial assistance, whether the enrollee was offered tax credit amounts and cost sharing reductions if they're eligible, and any action items, specific documents required to keep the plan active. So the eligibility notice will come with every single application that is submitted, and it will have these three different things. The anatomy of the eligibility notice. Eligibility results shows the names, plan types, and effective dates. It will go over the exact monthly tax credit amount if qualified. It will go over a document checklist, highlights if the marketplace needs proof of income, um, immigration status, life events, whatever the case is, and any next steps, instructions on what needs to happen next to finalize the plan, ultimately to effectuate and make sure the plan does not lapse. The attestation process. Clients must confirm in household size and tax filing status. Those all need to be accurate. So as an agent, make sure that you do collect that information, double check it, make sure that that information is correct. On a recorded line or via electronic signatures, clients must confirm they reviewed and agree with the eligibility notice and the application. What that looks like, those of you who use Health Sherpa, after you submit an application, read the eligibility notice, that anatomy that we discussed earlier about who is eligible for coverage, talk about whether they do or do not qualify for premium tax credits, tell them what that amount is. And third, mention if there are any required documents. Now, if you can get them to confirm on a recorded phone line, that is technically enough as long as you store that for 10 years. Or there is a section on Health Sherpa that you can actually send an electronic document directly to the client's email. They can go through it, they can look over everything, and they can submit it on their end. That tracks that they looked at it and processed it themselves as well. So, whatever the case is, never, ever, ever skip over the eligibility notice. If you do things on a recorded line, go through the entire anatomy. If you are sending it to the client, make sure that you do the electronic signature, send that to them. Health Sherpa does require a code, so you need to give them a code to open up the application and go through it. The biggest thing you need to do is walk the client through each section slowly. Ensure they understand they are legally signing these statements, they are legally agreeing to the application. So make sure that they do understand that. Managing client expectations. So everyone will get an eligibility notice. The marketplace generates these at the exact time that you do. They will also mail a thick packet containing the eligibility notice. It comes in a big envelope. It can really confuse people. They'll say, because it comes in, the terminology will state something along the lines of, you're eligible to enroll in coverage. Please select your health plan. You are already selecting the health plan with them when you generate this the first time. They do get, not everyone, but some get confused because it almost seems redundant. They already filled out that application. They already picked their plan. So your responsibility is just to inform them, educate them. Hey, you might receive a packet. Well, not you might. You will receive a packet in the mail. It is just a record for your files. We have already completed your enrollment on this call. You do not need to select a new plan. We are completing this part today. I sometimes tell them two or three times, just remember when the eligibility notice comes in the mail, that is just your copy and nothing else needs to happen going forward. The eligibility notice is automatically generated and in queue for mailing from the date you submit the application. So it will come to them. It also is emailed to them. So just be sure that they understand they do not need to do anything more as long as you do select the plan and submit it. Handling document requests. If the eligibility notice indicates documents needed for a data matching issue, act immediately. Common requests, proof of income. loss of prior coverage, or citizenship. Submission methods. If you upload it as an agent, that's typically the fastest way if you can get the client to send you the appropriate documentation. The clients can upload it via their individual marketplace account. Sometimes just a few extra steps need to happen on your end to help them get there. I personally, as the agent, like to just ensure that it is taken care of correctly. So I like to handle it all myself. But some people might be weary or some people might not want you to do that. Last resort, they can use certified mail and mail in the documentation to the marketplace. All that information will be sent to them via mail on how to send it to them. So take that as your kind of your chain of simplicity, if you want to call it. Your agent upload will be the quickest and easiest. These are data matching issues. You may run across an eligibility notice requesting an SVI. These are special enrollment verification information that you need to submit. Those sometimes require to be submitted, and coverage will not go effective until they are accepted. So make sure SVIs are handled absolutely right away. DMIs do give you a little bit of a buffer period. I still say act immediately. You don't want to be chasing these down right before a deadline or a due date. So here's a visual example for you. Scenario A is documents required. I'm going to kind of go over the anatomy of this here. So we redacted the information, obviously, for compliance reasons. Don't want their names, their personal information on here. Typically, it'll say, so you see here, this is a household of what looks like five. Right above this box here would say their who it is, each individual's name, who applied for coverage.